You are listening to DC On Screen.
All right, welcome into DC On Screen. I'm your host, David C. Robertson. This is my co-host, Jason Goss.
Hello.
And my, oh my, we have had us a, three weeks? A month? I don't even know.
We're on an 8-hour tour. And,
Good Lord, we've made up.
7-year day, man.
We've made up for it today.
Yeah.
We've recorded so much.
Yeah.
And we're going to continue that trend. Let's talk about Supergirl, man. First off, man, I keep seeing people use like, well, if this $200 million number is true, if that's the budget for Supergirl, y'all, Gunn has already said it's not even a little bit true. I know that Forbes said it, but it was, if you...
Yeah, and he was real quick to point that out, too.
Very quick. Well, someone asked specifically if that was true. But, you know, I think when you look at the article, it was very much like, oh, well, I mean, you know, they were guesstimating. It wasn't like, we are reporting that this is $200 million. It was like a guesstimate in the Forbes article. So there's that.
Gotcha.
We did get the first look at the Supergirl suit at CCXP. That's pretty, who gives a shit at this point? But there are pictures. There are pictures out there. If you really want to get a good look at it, there are some really good pictures out there. There are. And you can type in CCXP and you will find those good pictures. But since that time, we've also gotten a Supergirl teaser clip, another Supergirl teaser clip, a Supergirl poster, and a Supergirl teaser trailer. Now, the two teaser clips were mostly just the same as what some had a couple of shots from the teaser trailer. So we're not going to review those specifically. They're there. I do want to say, because there have been a lot of people complaining, like, why do we have to have teasers for the teasers? Because if they don't, you say, you didn't even fucking market the movie. Keeps the hype going, man. I don't know what to tell you.
It does keep the conversation going. I don't mind the teasers when they're, you know, there's still just going to be an overall problem with oversharing that trailers have.
Yeah.
You have to avoid that. You have to do a good job of avoiding that.
I think they have so far.
That's the trick. Yeah. Yeah, we're not too far in here. I mean, this is a teaser trailer. Mm-hmm. Like, we're not even really getting the proper 3 minutes. But what is it? All right, so it's this is December. This is June 26th. Mm-hmm. 062626. And like that's only enough time for a trailer, maybe like one final one. They're not going to do too many more.
They'll have two or three more. I think.
Well, I don't think they'll have a full 3. I don't think we did that for Superman.
You don't think so? I don't remember.
I think it was just 2.
But I know they went crazy with like TV spots.
Yeah, spots were everywhere. But I think instead maybe, or I don't know if it's in place of, if it's really zero, something like that or what. But I saw a lot of spots and little things and visiting this and that. A lot more getting around than I saw like a second trailer. It really was just fun. I think it was like the first trailer and then another one that kind of had some of the same footage even than the first one, And then we were just sort of into the movie because that was happening in days at that point.
What did you think of the Supergirl poster that they put out?
The lookout floating one?
Where she's floating. She got her hands in the pockets of the trench coat.
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. In love immediately.
Yeah.
It took me a second to realize she was floating, and that made it infinitely cooler.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Have you seen, somebody did a version of the same they did a version of the same poster, but with Sasha Calle's Supergirl and Melissa Benoist's character, Supergirl. And I love all three of them. Like, they look so good.
Not a bad choice for this.
Give me fucking Laura Vandervoort and Helen Slater, and I'll buy all of them and have them up somewhere, please. But I thought it looked fantastic.
I think it's some pose that I've seen John Lennon do. It's a very popular pose. I think it's like the old James Dean pose, where you're just back on the wall with one foot, one knee up, cocked thing. It's a killer pose. It always is. She wears it well. Mm-hmm. And then, adding the floating really knocked it out of the park.
I mean, it's my phone background, and I was very, very. They are selling it right now. It's in the Supergirl merch shop. I'm like, I need it. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Of course, when they released the Superman trailer, I bought it immediately. It's on my wall behind me. So,
yeah.
All right, let's talk about the Supergirl teaser trailer. we've got Crypto pissing on a newspaper that says Superman saves town from nuclear reactor explosion. And then there's like a little side story, and that's cute, that says Supergirl rescues cat.
I think that's the funniest joke so far in the trailer. The dog pissing on the Superman rescues cat.
We got the force field coming into place around Argo City. We've got, what is this? Is this a Kryptonian funeral march? Is it them carrying Kara's ship? Or I don't know.
That march after she says, the gods weren't so kind.
Yes.
She's in it. I think it's definitely a funeral march. There's somebody on this. Those are pallbearers. But
it does appear that way. Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I don't know how much we're going to talk about with, or how many deaths that's going to represent with her. Mm-hmm. If that was the first one, she's going to take us through the whole, there's going to be a lot of death.
Yeah.
That's just one casket. That's the mismatch for me. Otherwise, that's definitely a funeral.
Yeah. So in the source material, Ruthie begins traveling through the galaxy in search of revenge after the death of her father, or the murder of her father from Krim of the Yellow Hills. Mm-hmm. And
completely needless mother murder.
Absolutely. Totally needless. That does appear to be on the table here in this movie. And she is carrying a weapon. And Krim looks a little different. You notice that he's the guy with all the shit in his face. Like, he looks a bit like a pincushion. Mm-hmm. He looks like Pinhead.
He's the bulbous one.
Yeah. In the comic, he looks like Conan when he grew the beard.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a bit of a fop. And we got Lobo. I wonder if Lobo is the bounty hunter that Krim hired, because at some point Krim gets wind in the comic that Supergirl and Ruthie are after him. So he hires a bounty hunter to go after them.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's going to be brought in as a deterrent. God, I'm looking forward to that fight.
Dude, we got that one little snippet of Momoa as Lobo.
Yeah. In the role he was truly born to play.
Yeah. We did get a shot of Crypto being sick.
Yeah. And I was comforted by that.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, like the story has Crypto sick and has Crypto, let me just go ahead and spoil, recovering. I won't give you the details, and there's more to it, and it's more interesting than that, but roughly Crypto's okay. But yeah, Crypto gets fridged early on in the story, right? So Crypto being sick here, it does mean that we're following that part of the story. That's fine. That means that we're going to follow it all the way, and Crypto will probably be okay. So it means that early on when I see Crypto get hurt, I can just go ahead and say, okay, he's going to make it. I was worried about this. I genuinely was.
Yeah.
I didn't want them to go crazy on me and just go ahead and get rid of that expensive-ass CGI dog early on in the series.
I am concerned that Crypto's going to die. I am worried.
Me too. I don't think Gunn's... If there's good reason, I think he'll do it. But I don't... He doesn't just delight in sadism. You know?
Yeah. I think hopefully he knows that if they kill that dog, a huge chunk of the audience is out.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of complaints that fall under the heading of like, how am I supposed to explain this to my children? Most of the time that you're so full of shit when you start your complaint with that. Except now, if you killed that dog, I would have to be like, well, how do I explain this?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This was the most engaging thing for my child to watch in this whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Especially like looking back on like so many of the stuff, some of the movies and TV shows that we grew up watching and kids grew up watching, and people make YouTube videos like, oh, we were traumatized by this. Like, we didn't even realize how awful these movies were. Motherfucker, you weren't traumatized by that shit. Neither was I. Like, you felt like it made you groan because you was watching something that hit. Like, That's all that was. You were traumatized by your alcoholic parents. You were traumatized by the church they took you to where they taught you were going to fucking hell. Or
the latchkey environment that forced you to spend all this time with the television and have a parasocial relationship with Hollywood to begin with.
You were traumatized by the endless fucking purple nurples in the locker room. You were not traumatized by fucking Milo and Otis. You were not traumatized, to move it up a little, by Marley and Me. Come on.
I don't know. Those shoes in Roger Rabbit.
those were pretty rough. But they didn't
That was rough.
They
though,
didn't traumatize
right?
me. I just remember thinking like, well, fuck this movie. Whew, this movie's dark as shit. This is pretty dark for a movie that had Mickey Mouse in it a minute ago.
That is, yeah.
But no, I wasn't traumatized. I wasn't like, laying awake nights going, the shoes. Yeah.
Most of the time, you're not traumatized by anything that you're not going to learn about in some capacity. I mean, you might have learned about death from Mufasa. I don't know. Maybe that was the day.
Yeah. All right. So anyway,
it's stuck on this. It has the still shot just here of. He really does have this like metallic face. I don't know how to describe it. He looks like a mostly assembled CPU.
Yeah, he actually now looks like his name would be Krim of the Yellow Hills.
Yeah.
Ew.
I like his look. He looks like he's about to ask for a fucking pint, though. Man,
No bad.
Yeah, he is gonna find you out back a pub. Not a man I'd like to run across.
Yeah. So I feel like Kara mentions that there are only 2 Kryptonians left, but I feel like that's going to be foreshadowing for Brainiac, probably in Man of Tomorrow.
Yeah,
Since he's got Bottled City of Kandor, one would assume.
he does. It'd be interesting for it to be here too. They'll take a minute. They'll take a few seconds in this movie to kind of explain the concept of Superman while they're at it, in case Supergirl was the first thing you ever came to.
Mm-hmm.
And that scene's probably just where they'll toss that in. Yeah, it's just me and my cousin.
Yeah, well, she did say that. She did say like, there's more like 2 of us. That's it. Like this.
Yeah.
But Ruthie's got. I love the dialogue that I'm hearing so far in this movie, where like Ruthie has said, like, what's Superman like? And Kara says, he sees the good in people, and I see the truth.
Yeah, that'll give you chills.
There have been some people.
Not to mention she's beating the shit out of some folk after that, like while she's doing it. It's a fucking mic drop trailer.
Now I don't know. You might want to ready the chimps, Jason, as Jason has a we've got plenty of complaints from people. One of the stupidest things. Go ahead and hit us. Give us the chimps. We got people saying that when she says, "Oh, he sees the good in people, I see the truth," that's Kara trying to be like, "Well, I'm better than Superman because I see the truth, and he's just making shit up, coming up with people being good." Right. And that's not what I think is happening. I think Kara is saying she's saying first of all, yeah, he sees the good in people, and maybe he's a little delusional, but also she's saying I'm more cynical. I don't think it's a value factor in place there, but misogyny. But
insert interpretations. Yeah, that's going to draw to. Well, actually, I wonder if that's all the same conversation that they just pulled that from. Because that's. Let me see the end of this. If that's just kind of a VO line.
Yeah, she says, what is Superman like?
Yeah, they're just laying in bed, kind of chatting there, or at least she's laying around.
Yeah.
So there's 2 scenes in here so far, at least, where they're just standing around, describing. She's describing Kryptonians to someone so far. All right, so we'll have a couple of exposition moments there.
Yeah. I really love.
I guess that's the reason they're in here as well, just to make sure we tie it all together for the people just casually paying attention every once in a while.
Yeah. I really loved what was it like to lose everything in a day, Ruthie says to Kara, and Kara says, Krypton did not die in a day. The gods aren't so kind.
Yeah, it's great.
So fantastic. It's wonderful.
It is. I'm going to read it again before the movie comes out. I'll have to refresh. By the way, just stellar work at the end of the trailer with a giant splash screen of Read Where It All Began and a copy of Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow.
Love
right
it.
There.
Tom King, Bill Cosively.
Do your homework if you want to. We're going to retell this story. Here you go.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I will go ahead and read it again because I'm going to be real curious when I actually get to see the product, how much of the dialogue is just going to be straight out versus moved around for the screen here.
Yeah.
as it stands, the lines I'm hearing, I don't know if they're exactly out of what Tom King wrote or moved around or just whole cloth for the movie, but they're fantastic so far.
They are really good. And I am excited. Like, this definitely made me want to go, like, just right downstairs and start reading this thing again.
Yeah.
My God.
Get a urine-stained copy of that Daily Planet. Crack her open.
So yeah, I do want to address some of the criticisms I've seen. I don't think this looks like Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, I think that's just a shallow well of things to draw from. And complaining that they feel roughly like it's been seen before.
It's like, we literally had someone on our threads be like, "Oh, have you not seen the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy? She's got headphones and a trench coat." And I'm like, motherfucker, I've had headphones and a trench coat long before I knew what Guardians of the Galaxy fucking was. Like, yeah. Like, ugh. Like, have you not heard of Constantine? Have you not heard of fucking Gambit from the fucking X-Men? You know how many trench coats there are?
With Firefly and Mal.
Firefly and Mal. How many, like, oh my God, it's like a trench coat in fucking space. Like, let's talk about Cowboy Bebop, you piece of shit.
There's plenty of cowboys in space. It's been going around for a while.
And all this, everything's got to have Guardians of the Galaxy vibe. They said Star Trek Section 31 had Guardians of the Galaxy vibe. I disagree. I would have liked it if it had. Fucking the Suicide Squad had it. It's James Gunn, of course. He's got Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, fuck you.
Yeah.
It's
now,
everything.
Let's look the other side of this argument. What if we just shrug and go, okay, you're right, and like that I think that's a nod directly to Guardians is to have the headphones. I think the headphones are even a deliberate choice to nod toward. We're going to do this one's a bit more needle droppy. It's coming from a James Gunn feel, like it's coming from space that he wrote in. Like it's going to feel a little bit like a Gunn thing. We're basically doing a thing that's going to feel a little bit like a space cowboy. Like, why not lean into it? Get some headphones that feel a little bit like it. Hey, whatever. The jacket doesn't even look like it. That's just stupid.
No, the jacket doesn't look anything like it. And when I saw the headphones, I didn't even think of fucking Star-Lord. I thought of Whistler's daughter in fucking Blade Trinity.
True. But so true. But like, even if it is, and I think it would be wise to go ahead and make a couple direct nods to the fact that we're going to do something that can be seen as so similar. What the fuck is the problem with it? With it being similar? Like Guardians was
I don't
how many
know.
Years ago now?
I loved Guardians.
10, 12 years ago now. It had a major footprint on the rest of, comic book movies in particular. On the small genre of stuff that we're talking about, It has a large footprint. He's not a small person. There's a reason to put him in charge of the other fucking creative universe. It might just occasionally look like something he did before. Oh, well.
Yeah. But he didn't even do it. He didn't even direct it. It was Craig Gillespie.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But even if that is just a nod to, this is going to be, look, here's a homage to Gunn. Oh, well.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with it if it is, and it was intended to be an homage. But what I have a problem with is like every fucking movie. They said that about Superman. It's the same fuckers, the damn chimps or whatever you want to play with on your the super shit fuckers.
It's just a lazy way of thinking.
Such a lazy argument.
I mean, it's a playground bully tactic of, just if you have anything special going on, they just kind of claim that it's, we've seen that before. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
And just pretend no one cares until no one cares.
Yeah. And I don't think it's going to work. I looked early on, within the first 24 hours, I was looking at I was throwing it over into that site where you can view the dislikes versus the likes. Dude, it was like 78 freaking thousand likes versus like 1,000 dislikes. Like it was like, just fuck off.
That is, yeah.
And that was before it was even in the millions. Cause I mean, it was, I don't know, like 9 million by the end of the first day, 9 million views, something like that. Crazy.
Where are we at right now? 16 million right now.
Okay. Well, there you are. Let's see. Let's talk about this. What made Craig Gillespie
352,000 likes.
Yeah.
It's doing all right.
Yep. What made Craig Gillespie agree to direct Supergirl? He's just talking about Supergirl here. He says the amazing...
Common sense.
Yeah. The amazing thing with this story is she managed to stay on Krypton like Superman left as a baby, and she had a very different journey. It informs her whole personality and her existence and her trauma, really. So I don't want to get too much into it, but we do get to visit Krypton in the film. See, that was one of the things that like I saw a lot of people talking about on Threads was like, I don't like that she's an alcoholic. People who were pro, like, hell yeah, she's an alcoholic. And others like, I don't like that she's an alcoholic. What? And I'm like, why do y'all think she's a fucking alcoholic? She's 23 and she's got some trauma and maybe she's doing a little bit of self-medicating. But most 23-year-olds like to go out and drinks a bit. That doesn't mean that she's like a fucking alcoholic.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you teetotaling motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, it's a funny thing. It's a funny thing to watch people react to because it tells so much about someone. Well, how they hit it. Because you can see someone that has an obvious problem. No, she's and like, no, you both need to go see somebody. And then there's someone who has zero experience whatsoever with that substance. About, oh, she's clearly got problems. No, bitch, she's fine. Karen, calm down. You know, a different vibe out of that problem entirely too.
Yeah, but it's always like, you know, you start scratching the surface with those people. A lot of these people who are like, well, why did they have to make her a snarky alcoholic? And you're like, yeah, I don't know.
Because it was fun.
You got any other issues? Well, I don't like that she's not wearing makeup. Well, what else you got a problem with?
Yeah.
Well, I don't like that there's a female.
I see.
And why they have to make her so fucking strong? Because she's Supergirl. Yeah, well, she's not stronger than Superman. Probably Gunn will make her stronger than Superman.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I know you're ramping it up here for that, but yeah, there's a real dumbed down, but also very real version of this argument where, like, if you ask long enough, eventually you're just going to say, look, I just wanted to watch soft porn. Okay.
Right.
All right.
Right.
You really just wanted to sit down and enjoy like a light experience where you didn't think about anything other than the fact that girls are roughly pretty. And that's as far as you wanted to get into the idea of, okay.
Mm-hmm. They better not be hurting men, though.
Yeah.
Did you,
something you're comfortable with does the saving and you move on and you feel great. It's fine.
Did you feel like the new version of Krim looks too much like a Ravager?
I hadn't thought about a Ravager in the slightest. No. So I'd have to go with straight no.
All right. Well, there's that.
Come up and, yeah.
I've seen several people saying that.
I don't. That's just what every Vagabond space crew looks like.
It is. It absolutely is.
I mean, in that sense, they're all boring, and this isn't going to be any better than the other films. Like that would be an early critique of mine if you want one. But like, in that sense, yeah.
I probably would have gone with the foppish Conan O'Brien looking guy.
Yeah. But as they're dressed right there, they could wander into Star Wars in certain scenes. They could wander into Rebel Moon, I guess, if we wanted to.
Farscape, something.
Do that. But yeah, there's plenty of places they could definitely be in Firefly anywhere. She could be in Firefly anywhere.
Yeah. So Craig Gillespie talked about how like it was specifically, the script that was written by Anna Nagura that really hooked him, made him want to work on the project. He says the first two scenes, the first scene and the second scene, are really the width and the breadth of the film. It's like in terms of the polar opposites, and that they were right next to each other, and it was so extreme in terms of tone. I was like, I'm in. That makes me excited. I want to see it so bad.
It does.
Let's see. It says here, for fans of Tom King and Bilquis Evely's Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, Gillespie had an answer for a specific element of that comic book series he wanted to make sure he got right on the big screen. It's only a 3-word answer. Quote, the space bus.
I don't remember. I know the mode of transportation changes a few times in this book. Mm-hmm. They're kind of in a metro situation here and there. I mean, that's part of the story, right? How it's a travel story.
Yeah, it really is.
It's a
lots of crazy looking aliens inside of this bus.
Yeah, it's what happens to them on their various stops on this journey. Yeah, quite literal journey.
Yeah.
It's on the road with couple of superpowered space chicks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they really. I'm watching it again, and yeah, they could easily have wondered. Like a lot of those guys are basically dressed also like the some of the guards from Asgard.
Oh yeah.
Could easily wander right into wherever that is, that Midgard kind of area. Not
Yeah, Midgard.
right?
Midgard.
Yeah.
But that's fun. Well,
wherever Carl Urban is in that universe.
Midgard is Earth.
Yeah.
But I think that's funny. If they had gone the Krim route, the real like the comic book Krim, he would just look like fucking Zach Levi from Thor.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where they're like, ooh, maybe we don't do that. He's like, don't get vaxxed. Like, oh fuck, get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Get him out of here. Vote Trump. Let's see. Craig Gillespie said this is really an anti-hero story. I think what I loved about the script that Anna wrote and what you guys were supporting is she's got a lot of baggage and a lot of demons coming into this, which is very different than where Superman is in his life, and having Millie come in and play that, all the complexity of that, and do it in a very human way that gives it, where we can actually have empathy for her, and the dance of the humor, and somebody that has that toughness was, it was such a gift to get because she was obviously already cast for this. So I was incredibly lucky. She's like an unapologetic mess, and I feel she doesn't want to be a hero. I really admire that about her as well. Oh, sorry. This is what Millie said. She's an unapologetic mess. I feel she doesn't want to be a hero. I really admire that about her. And I think that Clark puts on a mask in his everyday life, and Kara won't submit to that. That's an interesting take.
Yeah.
And I do like that. I like that. I want to know why she isn't down with that life, but then she is also willing to be Supergirl alongside him. You know what I mean?
Kind of a different, I guess it's a different way of thinking about how to do good in a way. Like, so if she's also saying, he sees the good in people, he sees lies. I mean, seeing the good in persons or in people isn't truthful or seeing the present always. It's seeing what's possible, but it's a version of events. And you can also interpret versions of events as lies. So like for her, she's one of those people that interprets anything other than what's happening as just well-meaning falsity.
Yeah.
And not good enough, which is kind of a bummer if, for everyone involved, including that person most times. If anything, it's worse for him, but
yeah. James Gunn had this to say, I can't wait for you to get to know this character and see a DCU movie that's different from anything we've done so far from the beginning. This is a story-based medium. We want stories to be in theaters that are cool and different from each other. And this movie is not exactly the female clone of Superman. It is its own thing entirely, and with a character who is equally worthy of this treatment. And I cannot wait for you guys to see it. Yeah, and also, by the way, like, Craig Gillespie actually has a pretty decent filmography. This is the guy that did I, Tonya. He did Cruella. I've seen grown-ass men arguing that we shouldn't like this because he made Cruella. Like, are you scared because somebody did a girl movie? Oh, buddy.
I never saw Cruella. I meant to at one point.
There were two of them. Lars and the Real Girl was a great movie. Like, the 2011 Fright Night looks dope, dude. I didn't even like fucking... We're talking about Anton Yelchin versus Colin Farrell. Like,
still nothing.
Vampire moves in next door to Anton Yelchin, and the vampire is Colin Farrell. And, everybody wants to fuck him. But of course. But he's a vampire. It looks cool. But then I was looking, it's like a remake, of like an 88 movie, 85, something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, well, what's this movie? What's the remake? What's the original? Starring Roddy McDowell. Fuck. Now I've got to see that. I can't.
There really are. I don't think I have seen a damn thing he's ever made.
That's
genuinely
funny.
It is a list, now that I'm looking at it, of stuff that I've vaguely heard about or didn't at all. But like even the stuff that I've heard about, it was like I, Tonya, the Cruella, that was stuff that I heard about it, thought, yeah, and then didn't.
Yeah. Just
sort of slipped my mind.
I have seen Lars and the Real Girl.
I didn't even know about that one.
That was weird and great.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, I don't know anything about this guy. I'll be getting introduced to Craig with this movie.
Yeah.
That's a great start.
I do sincerely recommend, at the very least, Lars and the Real Girl, because I can. I, Tanya, I did want to watch because it looks really good. And a lot of, like, looking at clips online, I've since Craig was announced as this director, I can see a lot of the action beats in I, Tanya, a lot of those hits and a lot of the comedy they wove in just through the trailers and clips with, what is that woman's name who was on West Wing and Masters of Sex and so many things. She plays Tanya's
crossover.
She plays Tanya's mother in I, Tanya. And
I had IMDb up, but
she looks, I mean, just so much.
Allison Janney, she's always fucking phenomenal. She is fantastic, yeah.
There's
another one here. Oh, God, United States of Terror. That was good. God, that was short-lived. That was very good. Another one, Dumb Money. Brent, I didn't know about that until a few days ago and thought, God, I need to watch Dumb Money. Haven't. And I think it's been less than 72 hours since I learned that Dumb Money existed, and it immediately, I need to. Now I really need to.
Is that a Craig Gillespie?
Yeah. Apparently.
Okay.
Let me see. Well, it's on his IMDb. Let me see if he's directing or just writing or whatever. Yep, director.
Yeah, okay.
Greg Gillespie. So this one...
Greg Gillespie?
Yeah, no, it's the right guy.
Hey,
I'm curious about this one, though, because it was the weird little story. But you remember the GameStop thing from a few years ago?
Yes.
Yeah, this is I was looking around for a podcast recap of that because I thought that'd be an easy, like, Planet Money episode or something. And just wanted to refresh my memory about the whole saga and couldn't find a neat little NPR, some kind of something to recap it for me. And then ran across, Dumb Money.
Well, dude.
I got to do it yet.
Honestly, like, I, Tanya looks like it's not really just a biopic. It is like sort of scrutinizing all of the ways that the media came after Tanya Harding for being like white trash. So you're seeing like things happen like that were reported to have happened. And as Margot Robbie is doing them and like shooting at somebody out the door or something, blowing pieces of the door away and whatnot, she looks at the camera and goes, "This never happened." You know, like stuff like it looks interesting as fuck, dude. Like I'm gonna watch great things. Soon.
I've never heard from anyone who's actually talked about I, Tanya. I've never heard anything but ravings,
and I've heard good things about the Cruella movies. So
see, at least that I heard mixed reviews, but only not from anyone who's actually seen it. These all escaped my orbits.
All right, so Millie spoiled a cameo. When answering a question about the toughest scene to film, she detailed a sequence where she and Corn Sweat had to speak in Kryptonian. She said, "Oh my God, it was with Superman, and I wasn't in the suit, and I was speaking a different language. Yeah, that day was really hard. It was like 2 degrees. He jumped right in the deep end. Yeah, that was a hard day. The whole scene was in Kryptonian. Well, why did you..." That's fine.
Millie.
That's fine. That's fine.
I don't think that one's going to be a problematic spoiler. Him not showing up in this movie would be foolish.
Yeah.
Just foolish. No, not. He doesn't need to be there for the whole thing. He can come in for 20 seconds and bounce. It's anywhere. Not trying to say it should be, but it would be kind of foolish not to have him cross over with the other parts of the universe as they grow a little bit. I don't want to make a weird analogy here that shouldn't make sense, but kind of does. But it's a little bit of a planting seeds in a forestry kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm. Like you're trying to lay the groundwork here. You plant the seeds everywhere, water the whole plants. I don't know what. I don't know how to grow plants successfully.
You're saying you want Superman to plant seeds in his cousin.
Yes, exactly that, with lots of water.
Right. Okay.
Very wet. Yeah.
Moist.
Leather. Somehow.
Yeah, I'm very excited about Supergirl. I thought the trailer looked great. I am excited about everything I'm hearing about it. I don't care that
suit does look fucking killer.
It does, and I don't care if Krim looks like a Ravager or whatever the fuck he looks like.
He looks cool.
I think he looks fine. Looks like a lot of fun.
Also, like 25 years into this genre, people are going to start looking like things.
Yeah, also 25. Like, I mean, I compared him to Pinhead. You know,
I know. I mean, like, and we're a long way into superhero films now. Like, some costumes are going to start looking like some other costumes.
Hey, all right, real quick. If you're enjoying our show, and I hope you are, I would like to invite you to join our Patreon. You can sign up for free and you get updates. You become part of the community. You can actually talk with other people who are part of the Patreon. You could do $1 a month to get every episode ad free, or you could do $5 a month or more to get everything, including exclusive episodes. I said episodes weird. We just put up an 1.5 hour long Patreon episode where Jason and I break down our 2025 Spotify Wrapped. We discuss James Gunn's Wrapped. We talk music. We bitch about Spotify. It's a good time. You can also buy that episode carte blanche for like $3, $4.50 if you're on iOS, I think. But that's patreon.com/DC on screen. DC on screen. Is that a say that? God, am I dying? Patreon.com/DC on screen. And I don't know. Back to the show, man. Let's pop over to Lanterns real quick. So I would not fucking mention it, but there are still people saying, look at this. It's from the teaser that they showed at fucking Sao Paulo, Brazil. No, it's the fuck not. It is a picture of like them, like Aaron Pierre and other dude whose name escapes me. Hal and fucking John. And one of them's like, John is blasting a ring at a ground, and then like Hal is sitting on a couch and looking at it. Gunn has already said this is AI. It's not real. Y'all stop sharing this shit like it's real. For fuck's sake.
It got AI'd.
Yeah.
Already.
Now, this was weeks ago, but people keep sharing it. Now, HBO Max did hold an upfront event in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and the audience...
I think I just found it.
The audience got to see the first footage, and apparently it shows that Hal and John have been working together for a few months, and Jordan is filling in for someone else to train John, and we don't know who the person is he's replacing, but they do mention a squirrel lantern. And that would be Chip.
Yeah. That makes me happy. So far, so good.
At one point in the trailer, Jordan and Stewart are arguing, with Stewart saying he's better than Jordan at saving people. Jordan takes flight and soars through the sky. He's still in his regular clothes. And the footage doesn't show any Green Lantern costumes or anything outside of their rings. It also says there are lots of browns, lots of earth tones in the sets, and it looks like a Western. That, I think, is pretty... in tune with the first look that we saw with the first look 2026 trailer from HBO Max, where they were showing all the new things coming up. And I'll tell you, I was pretty excited about the upcoming Larry David bit. His weird American history sketch show. But... It's just a lot of...
one way to put it.
A lot of him in revolutionary hats and silly mustaches. I don't know. But yeah, the first look trailer, all we really got is like Hal saying, you're not ready to get in front of the class until the ring says you are. And he puts the ring on a dashboard in the car and jumps out as it flies off of a cliff. That's really most of what we got in that trailer. How did it find you?
Oh, it finds me well.
It looks cool. I wanted more.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's just not much at all. It's a teaser off a sizzle reel. It's just not much to it yet.
Yeah, but
There's no fixing that.
I'll take a drop of water if I'm a man in hell.
For sure. But I'll tell you, can you find Aaron Pierre's video? You know, I had that little video where he introduces this.
Oh, right, where he says that it's coming out at a certain time. And they bleep him. But I didn't think thought they put like a thing over his mouth. You said you saw him say April. And
I almost want to watch it again because I think I messaged you. I was like, yeah, I want to bet it's this date.
But Casey Bloys said that via the Wrap that Lanterns will debut at the end of the summer in 2026. So he probably saying August.
He might. I think I remember telling you that my like off the cuff bet was going to be like, no, I think it's April 10. Let me see if it was, because I want to say it was a Friday. Yeah, I think that was what I decided. I was like, no, I think he's saying April 10. Now, that wouldn't be bad, though, because that would give him a few weeks to air before Supergirl.
Yeah, unless like he recorded that before they changed it to August.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now, I mean, there's as much a chance that he actually did say the thing and they redacted it because, he recorded that and they didn't have time to really bother or whatever. And there's another good chance that they recorded it. It was true at the time. It's just changed since they did that. And, redacting it either way.
If I was in charge, I would totally lean into that shit where it would just like, it would just obviously cut out and it'd be like some like, I don't know, like white Phil Hartman type going August 10th. Like just really like just bring in Billy West to do Zach Brannigan for just a second.
Mm-hmm. It reminds me, I keep wanting to go back for, do you remember that announcement? The announcement from the couch where Ryan Reynolds was like, hey, Hugh, you want to be in the next movie? And he walks up the stairs behind him. Yeah, man. They did another one from the couch. There was a couple hype videos from the couch. And in one of them, they're like, we have the story ready. And they just sort of mime at each other for like 20 seconds. Uh-huh. I keep meaning to go back to the video and see if the miming actually makes sense in retrospect.
Yeah. I was, as you reminded me just a second ago, I was like, oh, I wonder if you can go back and look and see if that makes sense. All right.
I'm curious, but.
So let's move on to the Man of Tomorrow here. The Wrap says Brainiac is going to be the villain of that film. James Gunn has not said anything. He has not responded to it. He ain't said no. He ain't said yeah. He's
winked around a couple times and said, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
He's done the thingy with the, this thing with the eyeballs where you point. He's done that. I see you seeing, but he hasn't really done much with that yet.
Yeah. Over on Threads, he responded to a rumor that casting was underway for Steve Trevor in Man of Tomorrow. He said, nope.
My God. Yeah.
Speaking with Hollywood Reporter, Frank Grillo confirmed that he will reprise his role of Rick Flag Sr. in Man of Tomorrow. My character, Rick Flag Sr., is a big part of the sequel story, so I'm excited about it. So we got that. I think that's pretty obvious.
Yeah. His current role in this universe, he either needs to be dethroned, killed, whatever, dismantled in some way, or he is going to be there until something happens.
Yeah.
He's a huge player right now.
Here was a weird one. During a recent interview with GQ magazine, Pierce Brosnan shared a curious rumor. Says, I've heard that Dr. Fate was going to have his own show or his own movie. I've heard that he's going to be in the next Superman. When asked if he would like to return as Dr. Fate, Brosnan said, I enjoyed the philosophy of that character very much, and I would definitely be open to it.
Yeah,
I doubt it'll be him, but sure.
Yeah. I don't know why they'd pull that one back in. There was a small period where they were going to keep some stuff from Black Adam, even maybe, but even that might have been a rumor in retrospect.
Yeah. Okay, we got us a little bit of a scoop here. Old Daniel RPK is saying that Man of Tomorrow is currently in the process of casting an actress in her 20s for a significant role. Further reports from Nexus Point News. Haven't heard from them in a while. Elaborate on this, specifying the production is seeking taller actresses for a character described as a quote-unquote warrior with a quote-unquote strong physique and an quote-unquote edge. The combination of age and physical requirements suggests DC Studios is casting for a major heroic role intended to be a cornerstone for the DCU for years to come. Everybody went, Wonder Woman! Now me, maybe I'm wrong. I was like, are you sure it was Man of Tomorrow and not somebody trying to cast Big Barda for Miracle Man?
Right, yeah. There are other practical things this could be. Plenty of other joke answers. Manhunter.
Yeah.
Could be a 1,000 other random characters, but
well, it is a woman.
Yeah. Well, there's a Manhunter. There's a Manhunter character. I forget where she's from.
Talk about Magan. Talk about the
she's in Checkmate. Yeah, not an actual Martian Manhunter.
Oh.
It's another kind of Manhunter style. It's like a style of assassin called Manhunter. It's in the Checkmate series.
Okay.
Not an actual Martian thing.
I thought you were talking about Martians.
Negative.
Like,
Not that one.
like, what are you
Pretty sure
glomming
the
onto fucking Martians for, man?
No, I'm trying to remember where I've seen this other than Checkmate, or what even an actual real name is of one of these characters, and can't blanking on it. All I remember is something out of that Spy series.
Sasha Bordeaux or whatever her name was.
Yeah,
that's all I remember. But they've already got her.
Yeah, true. But yeah, it could be plenty of things, and definitely could also for sure be big part of it. Wonder Woman also doesn't have to be tall. That does not necessarily have to be a trait that's on that sheet of paper.
Doesn't have to be, but doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt, but it's one of the things I constantly point out about Wonder Woman is she's because man, she gets over-identified to fucking back. Is like she's got to look strong, not too strong. She's got to look tall, not too tall.
The problem with casting Wonder Woman is the problem that all women face. No matter what, people shit on them. You're not
it's too much and too little at the same time, and
you're not tall enough. You're not short enough. You're not petite enough. You're not masculine. Like Jesus Christ.
And Wonder Woman is going to get it worse than a lot because she's a big archetype character, right? But she has one of my favorite outs is she didn't have to look like a goddamn thing. The gods lined up and gifted her all these things. She's magic. Yeah. She doesn't have to look like she has muscles. She just is strong. It's fine. I have an explanation here. We're good. Yeah. She can just be pretty, and that would be, and we don't have to also look like an Olympian and worry about if she looks too strong and all this. And calm down. Doesn't have to be so much on the casting sheet, I don't think.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Like I mean, if it was up to me, there'd be she'd look like a fucking tall Amazon woman. You know, like I'd give her, let her have a little bit of muscle. But the important thing, much like with Superman, in my head, if she's wearing a suit, you're not going to see all those fucking muscles. That's the important thing.
Right.
Like you just look up, you're fucking Diana Prince. You're hanging out in a fucking art gallery or whatever you're doing. You're fine.
Expensive ass dress.
Yeah, you're not. You're not Wonder Woman. It's you're just a regular lady. You look pretty good. Normal lady.
It's one of the Hollywood parts. She's got to be able to do both, though. She's got to look good, ready to go to work, and then somehow be able to put on some bracelets and kick ass at the same time.
But none of that's as important as like if she's like got the quality. If she can like, I'm not talking about tits. I'm talking about if she can fucking play the role and make you believe that this woman is like here to like save the fucking earth and save all mankind, but also could kill you. Just kill you with a, just a quick
flick of the wrist.
Yeah. Flick of the wrist. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's so much like that Linda Carter had, for instance, even the gal had to some degree.
Plenty.
Yeah,
I think there are definitely it ranges. I just think there's more play to it than some people give. I wouldn't cast Ariana Grande myself either. A little too a little too in need of a couple calories for my liking to look like she's gonna not. Maybe fall under the weight of even the armor of those bracelets. She sometimes worries me a little bit. Just
I ain't worried about her. She got whatever she got coming to her.
There's probably plenty of whatever. Yeah, but every time I see her, I just want to be like, man, can I just give you a biscuit or something? Get you a home cooked meal.
You see that? Des sent you the picture of someone photoshopped Cynthia from Wicked looking angry and staring in a window, and it said Cynthia making sure Ariana's not eating.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you catch the footage of her bodyguarding? It was
Oh yeah.
The unavoidable AI summary of that was Cynthia. God, I can't remember her last name either. I'm sorry.
Arrivo or something like that.
Yeah. Praised for bodyguarding skills was the first time I saw that as like the AI generated summary of what was happening right then. What are you talking about? And clicked on it. What is happening?
Good Lord.
That guy got permanently deported, I think, from
God.
Singapore. Yeah, he was sent away and told he would go to prison if he's ever seen there again.
Lord.
Well, he looked like a jackass.
All right. All right. Hey, this is Dave popping in from December 15th, the day this is dropping. And I think it was yesterday, but Dave Bautista was being reported as the top choice to play Brainiac in Man of Tomorrow. And this is what James Gunn has to say about it. Oh boy, let's forget a moment. I've never said Brainiac was in the movie. I freaking love Dave Bautista and have many ideas for who he could play in the DCU, but he and I have never discussed a role in Man of Tomorrow, nor have we discussed it amongst ourselves at DC. In addition, truly none of the names from the 6 or 7 I've seen rumored for a role have auditioned or been discussed at all. In general, I'm just letting the silly rumors go, and this is certainly not the silliest I've heard recently, but Dave is a friend, and that makes it more irritating. By the way, I'm not blaming the poster here, and I imagine this is coming from other places. So, just to let you guys know, and it's true, he's never said Brainiac is the villain, and we now have confirmation that it definitely isn't Dave Bautista or Matt Smith or any of the other people being rumored. Let's hop over to Batman Part 2 if you're good. You good?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Variety says no Zoe in the Batman Part 2.
Okay.
Now, according to Variety, Zoe Kravitz not expected to return as Catwoman / Selena Kyle for the Batman Part 2. Report cites sources with knowledge of the film's production, but does not offer any additional clarification. We reported on this September.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 768, if you want to go back. There were already rumors that were pretty substantial that Zoe was not going to be in Batman Part 2. We've got some pretty... this also started from Nexus Point News, but it's, a lot of people are really reporting this, that Scarjo is in talks to be in Batman Part 2.
Yeah,
and
I've heard that legitimately thrown about.
Apparently it's a role that Emma Stone turned
Walked
down.
away from.
Yeah. And I'm hearing like, and it pissed me off because I did mention it to you the other day, and then fucking like 2 or 3 days later I started seeing it on the internet. I was like, holy shit. It looks like the rumor mill says that Scarjo is playing Mrs. Dent.
Mrs. Dent is what you've heard?
Harvey's wife, a.k.a. the Holiday Killer.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot about that part of the equation.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd mind that. That would be a lot more interesting. The rumor I'd seen was love interest of Bruce. I thought that'd be an incredibly boring use.
Yeah.
Of anyone. Frankly, it just sounds like a boring role in this universe. But
that's what I'd heard. Initially I'd heard love interest turn villain, but then I have sources that were telling me like, look, everybody's saying it's going to be Andrea from Mask of the Phantasm. It is not the fuck her.
Yeah.
And now my sources are saying like, okay, so it is a villain character, but it didn't say for who specifically on the love interest. And, like we're talking about Brad Pitt showing up, but he's dropped out, supposedly. I don't know. We don't have absolute confirmation on any of this. But
God, that all sounds way too rumor milly to...
It does. But you know what? Like my sources, when I'm willing to say I have a source, it's usually like, I've seen these people be right too much.
Well, sure, yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I don't want to say absolutely anything, but, I think it's at least a pretty good chance that Scarjo will be playing Gilda Dent.
I think that would be a great use of her. And a role I'm way more interested in. That would be a lot more fun than some of the stuff I've heard. So far that's my favorite possible version of events.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I mean, well, okay. So if I don't know why Emma would have been involved and walked away necessarily. There's not like going to be a good, weird reason for it. It sounds like the kind of thing she did Cruella. We just talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be the kind of role that she would be okay with or good for. But yeah,
what if
things don't work out sometimes?
What if the Scoopers are just going like, oh, well, she's going to be Harvey's wife or fiance or something. What if that must be Gilda Dent? What if they go the opposite way? What if he goes like fucking makes her Grace from fucking Batman the Animated Series? Or, in the comics, they did a Batman Black and White issue where Paul Dini wrote, I think it was Paul Dini. I know it was Bruce Timm drawing it, but it was like Harvey had a fiance or a wife, and then she had an evil twin sister who seduced him and helped bring out fucking big bad Harvard and shit. Dude, they could do so many things. They could be, God.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was dope too. Anyway, it doesn't have to be Gilda, but
that's my favorite so far.
Yeah.
I still don't really, that may be the most I've been interested so far in the Batman 2 is that character being introduced. I think I may care more now than I have before.
Yeah. And I like Zoe Kravitz a whole lot. I liked her Selena, but the way she left the first movie, she left Gotham. If she shows up right away in the second movie, I'm like, oh, that doesn't mean anything then, does it?
Yeah, I know. Like, I know she was a fun takeaway from the movie, but you're right. It's kind of written into a bit of a hole. It would cheapen some stuff.
She was fine. I would take her away, but
yeah. Yeah, but like I'd like to see her again too, and it makes it worse with how things go in Penguin.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of wanting more of both of them, but. Yeah, we don't. You're right. It would cheapen it to have it right now. Mm-hmm. There should be a gap. I hadn't thought about that. I initially have been kind of surprised that that we were going to skip her because it seemed like it's been a few years. Let's just get the old cast and crew back together and call it and move on. But like I keep complaining about, it's going to be like 7 years between movies right now. I don't know if it's going to matter entirely like what she did right then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I say that. Let me go ahead and second guess myself. It will probably matter because we're all going to have to watch the STEM movie again before we see the next one. I don't remember what happened at all.
Yeah.
I think Batman had a flare gun, I think.
He was holding a flare at some point.
Yeah.
Leading people out. It was like Batman becoming an instrument of hope instead of an instrument of fear.
Right. Yeah.
That was kind of that whole thing.
Yeah. That was a nice bit. That weak-ass actor, Paul Dano, did some stuff on screen that I guess was okay.
Yeah, fuck him.
Even though he was completely discredited as a performer.
But you know what? Just recently, Matt Reeves confirmed that there was Penguin season 2 talks. So,
yeah.
In
fact, just do Penguin season 2, but just let Mullally have the entire show.
I mean, I'd take that.
Like,
I would.
Let her have the focus for a whole season, and maybe we bounce back in 2029 or whatever with Colin Farrell or something.
Yeah,
like we can play with the structure. Also, again, she fucking killed over there. Like, didn't she actually win for whatever that was?
I mean, kind of.
I think she won something.
Oh, you mean like an award in real life?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I don't know about all that. I was like, I mean, she like fucking was back in prison, I think, but she wasn't like. I mean, she did kind of win. I mean, she like killed her whole family. Oh, you mean like an award? Fuck.
Oh yeah, like an award. Yeah. She probably did okay. Yeah,
Probably.
Let me. Emmy? Yeah. That's a thing that we care about. Probably Emmys.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't, but I'm glad. I'm sure people do.
If you're gonna care about them, that's one that's on the list.
That is.
I firmly side with you that they should all be not cared about in general. But yeah, but she did okay. What's the point?
Definitely not used to weaponize your subjective point of view on the internet.
No. Yeah.
So I don't know. My source, by the way, did say that Scarjo is not playing Silver St. Cloud, which that was my first guess, and my second guess was Vicky Vale. They said no. So.
Lovely.
there were a series of guesses, and he was cracking up because those were his same guesses too. I was like in order. I was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
All right, let's pop over to Mr. Miracle here. Comic Geek Speak podcast was talking to Tom King. He says he's in the final lap of a huge writing marathon for Mr. Miracle. He's writing every episode and working as showrunner with all of the responsibilities that come with that. They're currently casting and designing the series. King says the adaptation process has actually revealed a continuity error that no one has ever caught in the book. He says it's very weird to go back to Mr. Miracle, which I wrote almost 10 years ago, and try to both be in that headspace, because boy, I was in a weird panicky headspace when I wrote that thing, and try to see what works in it, which is most of it. It's very good, but you know what doesn't work? There's some parts in it that don't work. An editor found just today a mistake, like a little no prize mistake. I was trying to explain to them. They're like, there's a logic flaw between two scenes where they don't make sense. And I was like, oh my God, 10 years of people reading this and no one noticed. And then I was like to some Hollywood guy, you just won a no prize. And he's like, the fuck is wrong with you? King went on to reveal that he had to explain the entire concept of a no prize to this person.
Which I would like explained to me as well. So.
Awesome. I knew exactly. I squealed when I read it. I squealed when I read this because I know exactly what a no prize is. King went on to reveal that he had to explain the entire concept. This was where Stan Lee would send them to fans who pointed out inaccuracies and continuity errors in Marvel Comics. He added, they're like, wait, so he just sent empty envelopes and people desired this? And I was like, you don't understand. When I was a kid, it's all I wanted to win. But seriously, that was a thing. Is like people would, write in to Stan Lee and be like, you fucked this up. And Stan Lee would be like, hey, you got me. You get a no prize. And like, you would get like an envelope that would be like, say like Marvel, authentic no prize. And like NO dash prize. And you like open it and there's just nothing in the envelope.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. God, I want to read it again now.
Yeah.
And see what the break was. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about the DCU Batman. Gunn revealed 3 things the new DCU Batman will have and what fans think they want. I liked that headline that I saw.
Right.
I didn't write it. I don't think I did. Now I'm questioning myself. I did I prepped some of these a while ago. This was over on Threads, though. A DC fan was talking to Gunn about how all the fans really want to see the white eyes of the character's mask in live action. And Gunn says the most requested thing would be the blue and gray. Then the yellow around the bat. And then the white eyes. But all of those things I find less important than the character himself, the writing, and the person who plays him. Individuals are making clear what they want to see, but even the most requested thing, the blue and gray, is split evenly with people who don't want that. And the other 2 most requested things are also things just as many people say they don't want to see. So you have to do what's right by the specific film and story. He also, Gunn went on a diatribe that I didn't copy.
It's like a chart I would love to see.
Oh, I would love to know exactly. I want the white eyes.
Yeah, I do want the white eyes. I have no interest whatsoever, one way or the other, around the yellow. Do with it what you will in that area. Mm-hmm. The white eyes would be fantastic. I would definitely root for those. I love blue in any version of his uniform. So would be deeply happy with it. Like there's versions of things I would definitely vote for, but I would love to see the chart of who voted for what. That whole Venn diagram would be, who wants to see blue and gray, who wants to see.
Well, the way I would handle it, and I
gray
mentioned,
and blue.
Feel like I mentioned this on Reddit and got downvoted to filth, but the way I would handle it,
you were straight red.
Yeah, is I would do like the black and gray white eyes at night. Blue and gray in the daytime with the white eyes. The yellow oval, I would probably put in to both versions, because we haven't seen that in a while in live action.
We haven't.
But I feel like I feel like
throw it in if you want. I just can't find myself caring about it. I tried just then, and I came up short.
Yeah, I mean, I think I like the idea that he's got a target on his chest that people will shoot at, so they won't shoot him in the face. But
it's
also,
a great line, and throw it in anywhere, and I'll be happy with it.
But also, I would change it to where, you know how like Batman artists will draw him. Sometimes they'll do sort of an impressionistic thing where, like, I think that's what it is. Where like they'll have like, you won't see his mouth, you won't see his like the face piece. It's just like a Batman silhouette. You just see the eyes and like black, I would just do it to where, I mean, he's fucking billionaire. He's just got like the Iron Man thing where it's just like it graphs over his face at certain times so the criminals can't see him. If he's talking to Gordon, he doesn't give a fuck. But if he's like fighting a bad guy in a you have a little nanobite thing go over his mask.
Yeah. Little nano veil.
Little nano veil go over him. And, nice little like foreshadowing for Batman Beyond later on as well. But then you get more comic accurate shots, but also within the live actions sphere. If that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
I've got fucking Batman thoughts. Okay. Like I think about this shit way too much.
You do really love costume design, man. And the only thing I might even have invested in the yellow on the chest is like, it feels a bit Keaton-y, but
yeah, I don't care.
But that can be just fine. I don't think that's a problem if it is there. And like I was arguing before, even if it is a nod that's intentional, yeah, and so what?
Here's the other thing, and this is another part of my sickness is the more costumes you have in the movie, the more fucking action figures you get to make.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? You got the veil thing going on, the little nano veil.
Yeah.
Separate head for the action figure. Pop it off, but on the other.
Yeah.
And for the real diehard collectors, that means you're gonna sell two of them because they're gonna want to display one with the normal face and one with the veil.
I mean, it's two heads, or you can make a little magnet wraparound that just sort of
dude, that would be cool too.
Magnets in the back of it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
nice and easy to lose.
I do.
Replacements are worth the entire half the cost of the entire toy.
Yeah. Oh no, you go onto eBay, they're more than the toy.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, importantly, I love Batman, and I would, as a filmmaker, I don't think I would be able to choose, because I love Batman. I love him in his blue and gray. I love him in his black and gray. I love him in his all black.
I admit, like, this is why sometimes deadlines are important. Just so you could be given a reasonable amount of time and be like, yep, all right, it's cool by like January 14th. That's when you got to know what the final design is. You can do that over the next 6 weeks or in the last 6 hours. Your call.
But look, that's, a lot of fans will be like bitch about like, oh man, it's going to be like the Schumacher films where he starts off with one thing and then by the climax he's in another suit to sell toys. And I'm like, I want to see multiple suits.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to get a Batman movie every like 2 to 3 years. Fucking show me the suits, man.
Yeah. Like, I think there's a spot in kind of pre-production where if any of us got the chance and resources and to dream away and just get lost in our own devices, we could just never make something because we would tinker to death. Yeah. I think costume might be what gets you. Like I think I might get lost like setting up the score maybe, or just in the writing or in general, just working out the structure. That might be where I just never, I might never make it off the whiteboard.
Yeah. I'm just saying like blue and gray for the day. Cause he's got to go out in the day sometimes and he's going to, if he's on a rooftop in the day, he'll blend in more with a blue and gray if he has to go out.
Yeah.
It'll be kind of like the Signal, Yeah. But if it's a night, fuck man, full black and gray. And they're like, hey, you can even have like a fucking bit in there where they're like, hey, you can't, do like a proper cloak. He's like, oh, I'm working on it. Just like really foreshadowing some Batman Beyond. But I like as much as I see, like, I love fucking Iron Man. I love all of his suits. I have always every movie that came out, I was just envious of all the fucking, the action figures with all the, the Mach 7, the Mach 8, the Mach, just on and on. And it's the same thing with Batman. I've got so many Batmen in my fucking office here.
Yeah, there's like 5 behind you right now.
There's like 5 behind me right now, and that's just that's like the very teeny tippy tip of the iceberg.
Yeah,
I've got.
That's the camera zoomed in.
My God, they're I just love Batman. I love all of his outfits, and would love to see as much as I can. That scene in The Flash, for as much as I disliked that movie, that scene in The Flash with all the Batman suits, I'll forever be grateful to them.
For that bit of porn? Yeah. 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 That was everything could have dreamed of there.
It really kind of was. So, all right, let's move on to some DCT. That wasn't a good one.
My can's almost empty.
So's mine.
Didn't work at all. Yep. Yep, complete. Terrible sound effects.
Okay.
Yep. Awful.
All right. So keep in mind, I wrote this days and days and days ago. I believe I just I titled this Netflix and Warner Brothers just defined the relationship.
Oh yeah.
All right. So look, man, they've got like 12 to 18 months of regulatory hoops to go through. We don't know if this is going to happen, especially since like fucking David Ellison is trying to push through this hostile takeover. It'll be a while before we know exactly what else is going down. They've got to do a review. For the record, given the choices, I hope Netflix, because they're going to sell it to somebody, and I fucking hate Paramount, and I wish that David Ellison and Skydance didn't own Star Trek, and I don't want them to own fucking DC.
Yeah, you don't want this repeating over here.
I would take
like their grubby little hands off of it. Thank you.
I would gladly take shorter release windows for streaming, versus all of our content being strictly MAGA bullshit because of David Ellison. So that's where I stand on that. It's not a very interesting take, I guess, but I've found more and more people in our corner. You and I agree with each other.
Yeah. I mean, I have gone on for hours about this merger and could, but it's mostly confined there for the moment. Yeah, it's a long story short for our purposes. There doesn't. I mean, it would be nice if things kind of stayed like they are, but that isn't. That's not part of the reality of the situation. We're going to go down a couple roads, and for the purposes of just DC Studios right now, Netflix seems like it might be the best landing spot.
But
good argument could have been made for Comcast, but they just didn't have
they
didn't
fucked
have
off.
Juice. Yeah, didn't have the juice stay in this one.
Do you want to talk
before the turn?
Do you want to talk about the email you got?
Oh, yeah. They'll just where they are in the process, at least now, is I got an email this morning from Warner Brothers. I have one share, and it's just so I can get emails like this. So yeah, the email came this morning from that is the formal offer from Paramount, Skydance, and all that. It just yeah, it's ugly. It's for $30. It's everything you've read about so far. So it's in there for $30 a share. It's up to the way this works is it's up to the shareholders. If enough of them elect yes out of that, then it goes to the shareholder vote, and they are able to take over the company, and then the hostile takeover is successful. If the vote's no, I'm pretty sure the shareholders are just voting no, and I don't think Paramount can do much after that other than maybe offer again if they really want to. But the other problem is they're going to owe Netflix, I think it's $5.1 billion, I want to say right now, is the bailout money. They are far enough enough ink has been signed right now that it will cost them, I want to say $5.1 billion to back out of the current deal. So they don't want to add that fine on top of anything. It's so far it's not in the best interest. If they can do it hostilely, that's, okay, great. I guess it'll be what it is. But right now it doesn't. I have no reason to think this takeover's going to work. I don't think this series of emails this weekend is going to come back with an election from shareholders to take the 30. I mean, the current price of that stock when I looked Friday was like 28.5. It had gone up to, it was like 29 and something. It had gone up from 27 to 20. They're not 30 isn't some huge value increase that's just going to be, oh my fuck, I'll take the money right now. It's not, I don't think it has that kind of overage. And you can make a ridiculously good case that they are deeply overvaluing the thing to be buying it at 30 the way they're trying to buy it, because they're not just trying to buy, you know, the parts that we're worried about most immediately are DC Studios, but there's also other networks and they're trying to buy that as well. The way they have it valued, it's stupid. They're kind of overvaluing parts, undervaluing others. It makes the math funky. If you look at it another way, it looks like Netflix is actually offering more than the $30 that they're doing, because they're asking for less in return for the 28.5, I think it is, that Netflix has in the deal. So it's not that, you know, $1.50 more is not, you know, killer for the average person, I don't think. But yeah, I don't, it just doesn't look like it's going to be a successful bid for this takeover.
Yeah.
Right now, if I'm a betting man, and I'm not, like I said, I do not have stock options or play in this whatsoever. I literally have one, and it's just so I can see shit like this. Just so I get alerts about when things go up and down. If I'm a betting man, though, what it looks like right now is that everything currently is in favor of Netflix's deal, going through kind of as it stands. Mm-hmm. They came to a mark. Both sides are on board. It looks like Paramount will probably fail at it. They'll probably try some other crazy tricks that I don't even know about yet. Because for them, this really isn't like a money thing. This is more of a power move, not a money move for them in a lot of ways. There's a money move being had in a lot of ways too, but it's also, and they're trying to make a monopoly out of certain sports aspects of what they're doing too. But so they're not acting out of the same principles. But yeah, it right now looks like Netflix probably hold. And that would be all you kind of need to worry about as far as whether it goes. And then you'll have, it'll take us a while to see if Netflix can close this deal. That should drag on for about an hour or about a year and a half or so on average.
Yeah. And, you know, right now, the current DC state is, you know, as it is, like it's untouched. Supergirl will come out in theaters, Clayface, Batman Part 2, Man of Tomorrow, like that all should be set pretty in stone at this point. And yeah, you know, look, the people in charge of Netflix, Sarandos and whatnot, like they're going to be changing any of these people are going to be changing what happens to release windows for streaming after the theatrical releases, because that's just the way things are going. Everyone's trying to figure it out and shift and, you know, undulate and figure out the best way to move their money around and showcase their product. I will definitely take it over the Skydance shit. David Ellison is already, according to some of my sources, has already been talking to Zach Kreger, the writer director of Weapons, about trying to get him, promising him his fucking henchman DC movie behind Gunn's back. Like they want to fucking get rid of Gunn at Paramount.
That won't surprise me.
So
it won't surprise me. What'll shock me about if it for some reason goes to Paramount, it will shock me for a lot of like the idea that they won't interfere is silly. That's a facile argument. That's dumb. They are buying it to interfere. That is their goal.
That is the reason.
And the deal that Safran and Gunn have over there is such a fucking sweetheart deal. Like I don't know if we'll ever get. We won't probably get this again. Realistically, we might get something like it. But what we have right now at DCC, and that's even if you're not just worried about the general state of mergers and all that, which are wonderful concerns to have, or the general state of theaters, again, all wonderful concerns to have. If you're just looking at DC Studios, the deal we have in place right now is fucking phenomenal. You wouldn't want anything to happen to that. So anything that's on the horizon that might is you should, and I mean, you should be scared. But right now, for my money, again, Comcast didn't have the money to stay in the game. They folded around the turn. They just don't have it. I think they would have been a fine place for it to land, but we don't have that. Paramount doesn't want it to not change it though. Like it will go. They will immediately get rid of something like this kind of sweetheart deal with all this autonomy. They will immediately see that as a stranger and needs to go. It's not what they're in this game for. They don't have any. I don't think there's any instinct in them whatsoever to just sort of let creatives do their thing.
No.
And there's a lot, there are plenty of, there's obviously people who are objecting to the entire process of the sale. And in spirit, I'm with you. And if there was a way that we could just stop the sale altogether, if I thought that was a realistic way of going about things, I would vote for Ross Perot too. But I don't think that is in this situation. I think that's a dreamer mentality right now. I don't think there's any version of events where this gets stopped, not with Trump in office, not with things the way they stand. Things getting sold. It was getting sold when Zaslav got hired.
Yeah.
What, 3 years ago? 7 years ago?
And, I saw someone, or I've seen a few people, say something to the effect of when was Warner Brothers over? Was it, everyone wants to fucking talk about Time Warner, AOL Time Warner, and when AOL bought Warner Brothers, and that was the true end of Warner Brothers. And I've seen the argument pop up a few times, motherfucker, it was in 69 when the fucking parking lot and funeral home business bought them.
Yeah, that's kind of when I want to do it. It's a business, man.
It's always been a business. It's always been business first, art second.
Yeah, and it's been that way for decades. I mean, the show that scooped up all the awards this year was The Studio because it made fun of that process. We know what this is. This isn't a surprise. I don't think but a lot of my anger about, people fussing about this one in particular is this isn't where we're going to win that argument. All we're going to do is create enough fuss to somehow negate the sale that could go through to Netflix. I'm worried that we would fuck up not a good landing spot. There are no good places right now, but the best of the evils here, it's of the places that we could land right now. It's our best shot. I don't want to fuck that up with, honestly, just objecting so fucking much that they're able to use that as part of the reason to deny the actual sale. Because at this point, it does still have to go through the DOJ. Mm-hmm. And public sentiment may play into that. It played into the old fucking MSN Internet Explorer thing, these are Windows thing. These are public sentiment plays into this kind of thing. It could matter enough for our DOJ, who's doing whatever the hell they feel like it, to use it against us. There's a lot of things that could go wrong here. And by the way, one of the things people are concerned with is, this is going to be over 2026. And frankly, Paramount and Skydance is, they're getting into this for political reasons. So, one of the reasons that people are interested is what could happen in 2026 with some elections. So a valid concern. If there's a way to pull the plug on the whole thing, I think it's a great idea, and I would love to get in on that. But I don't think it's possible right now. I think we're going somewhere.
Yeah.
And probably in the short term, because again, Paramount they want to get their hands on the news networks. That's part of the goal here for them. Not Paramount. Paramount Studios, as it stands, is just trying to make movies. Skydance, really.
Is a strange play because, network and cable's going away. These networks are fucking dying anyway.
Well, they are, but
dying as fast as their audience is dying, which isn't fast enough for me, but
in some ways, yeah. But there's still this kind of divide where you can get your hands on media in a couple of ways, but frankly, it still costs more to cut cords. It still costs more to buy the internet and then buy all the streaming services attached to that internet. It still costs less to just get cable. If you're I think there's still just an SES divide here on who's watching what. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have giant broadcast systems kind of not getting enough checks and balances to get them in, but who are deeply in charge of these systems where they're, going out to a huge amount of people that don't make as much money as everybody else. They're doing that on purpose. It's a weird system, but I hate that we're caught up in all that, but we kind of are right now.
Yep.
Which is why we're sitting here talking about a bunch of politics on DC on Screen, because we are accidentally caught up in that right now. Otherwise, we mostly leave it alone. But this one's kind of it kind of came calling. As it stands, we still kind of need Netflix to get DC Studios out of trouble for our purposes. We kind of need it to be Netflix if we're being real. Mm-hmm. That still leaves some other stuff about the news and all that. Hey, that's 2026 we're going to see how long the sale goes. They'll have to spin off those other companies. So there's a chance somebody could still get them. Mm-hmm. There's a lot that could still happen.
And by the way, Netflix has literally canceled every fucking Zack Snyder project he had going on over there. Being sold to Netflix does not mean they're bringing back the Snyderverse. They will continue to pretend they never knew Zack. I mean, I hate to say it that way. I would love to look, man. I fucking love what Gunn is doing. I of course want to see the other Zack Snyder movies that he wanted to make, but we're not going to do that.
No, if we do, there has to be a lot more time if we're ever going to do it. I don't know that it'll ever happen because so much time has to pass that I don't know who would care to come back at that point.
I can't imagine, though, anyone still listening to our show is going to be one of those people.
Not necessarily, no. That truly believes this is the savior of the Snyderverse? No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Or just Snyder bots in general.
Yeah. And we lost most of the Snyderbot listeners by now, too.
I would hope. By the way, according to Bloomberg, Gunn and Safran, their contracts have been extended through spring of 2027. So they were originally, they were signed through 2026. I think probably October of 2026.
Yeah, they're coming up right now on the end of year 3, and
they had a 4-year contract.
So they've got 2 years now instead of 1 year left on their contract, is what we've just told them.
Mm-hmm. So that's neat. Gunn was talking about the future of the DCU after Netflix. And he says the communal theatrical experience is something that is incredibly important and remarkably well suited to our big spectacle films. And this is what Gunn told Bloomberg. David Zaslav is also saying this. He says the DC universe is big enough and strong enough that it should be available on all platforms. And there are some stories that are important to be told in theaters around the world, and some stories that are important to be told as series. So like, I'm not seeing anything Sarandos is saying. There's some troubling things where he's sort of assuring, he's like, look, I know Ellison is close with Trump, but I also am friendly with him. So I don't think that this is necessarily a problem. So I don't think any of these guys, I'm not sitting around going like, oh, this guy's a liberal and this guy's a conservative and blah, blah, blah. I think they're all money people. Yeah. At heart. And they're all going to cozy up to the fucking president if it means they get what they want. Let's not,
we're
mince words here on that.
This time last week, it's Saturday. Yeah, 7 or 8 days ago, Sarandos went to the White House to help make sure this deal went through.
Yeah. But
that's his job in this case, to go smooth things over.
They have Netflix come to realize, like the Stranger Things finale is getting 500 theater releases on New Year's Eve. Like Jesus. they have. I
didn't know about that. That sounds cool. I might.
Yeah.
Those. Is that possible?
I don't know. Look up. K-pop Demon Hunters blew up so big they put a theatrical sing-along version.
Yeah,
in theaters.
My daughter went to that. She had a fucking great time.
Yeah. So, they are buying Warner Brothers not just for the IP. They are buying Warner Brothers for the global distribution machine. This is something Netflix has never had. They've never been able to say like, oh, well, we've got to fucking do this. They've never had the infrastructure. They've never been able to do it before. I don't think they're not going to kill theatrical because they're going to start utilizing it for as much as they can, I would say.
In my head, it's a case of like none of the critiques are wrong. I do think the game changes though. Like that's no longer the enemy they were yesterday. And for my money, I don't think Netflix is capable of killing theaters any more quickly than we, the audience, or the movie studios themselves were already killing theaters.
Yeah.
Like you're half of the fucking price of those theater tickets and more in a lot of cases was the actual rights to distribution for the movie itself. Like, and it got into there's an escalation or arms race almost of how much these fucking movies cost. And it seems to be they hit the wall where the movie theaters themselves are barely keeping the lights on. They say honestly, look at some of the bankruptcies. Like I think it's true. Like they seem to they're not doing well. They're up against a wall. And, you look over at the expense report and it's largely just studios saying, yeah, the movie costs this much. I think that's one of the gaps where maybe the movie studios should have been like, fuck, I don't think that's sustainable. We need to find a way to make this work and cut the price. Like, sorry, I think you overpriced it and it hurt. I don't know to some extent, that's hard to do. It's like saying, you know, drugs cost too much. Well, R&D costs a lot too. The whole fucking argument for that as well. But like, I
would love to see, and I don't know how capable it is in our society, in America, in the U.S. You know, Japan, their fucking movie theaters are fantastic. They have shops. You can buy merchandise for all the fucking movies that are out. They have free tiny like little movie flyers that, you know, you can take home and frame. It's fucking wonderful. They've got so many cool things, and I don't know why we don't.
No, in your lifetime, what you've watched is, and I assume most people with kind of, you know, suburban experiences have gone through basically this process. Over the last, if you're our age, you've seen over the last 30, 40 years, what was probably once a pretty cool experience, but kind of not, you know, what it looks like at the beginning of those fucking AMC and Regal advertisements anyway. Mm-hmm. Might have been at a pretty seedy theater when, you know, back in the 90s when you were going. But even then, you might have some nostalgic memories about going to some theater with the big screen, popcorn, all that stuff, arcades that worked. Like, nothing's changed. Like, in my lifetime, you can drink beer in there now. If it's one of them where they serve that, you can have a couple meals in there now. Yeah. They got an air fryer, and they'll serve you more things that'll help ruin the meal of the you know, listening experience of the people around you. But there's recliners. And look, I know there's a whole argument about like, yeah, we have these fancy chairs now. I know that's a whole set of theater experiences, and in the boutique sense, a lot of those are doing really well. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of what you're saying. Like, when you're catering to new audiences and doing new novel things, that's one thing. The basic sense of, I have this giant box and you come and sit here in this uncomfortable chair and eat popcorn for a while. Mm-hmm. It's not hitting like it used to, right?
No, it's not.
The arcades don't. The Batman game doesn't even work on the way out.
Did we talk about this on the show? I don't think we did. I sent you a video the other day of like glasses.
Yeah. Those things.
You put on glasses, mm-hmm. and it looks like, if you're looking through the glasses, it looks like you're looking at a giant screen, and you can watch any movie. You no longer have to have a television in your home. It could look like you were sitting in a theater because you've got a pair of glasses on.
In your bathtub.
Yeah. Theaters are fucked unless they figure something out fucking now.
Well, and look, man, on top of everything else, it's one of the things that COVID kind of broke. Like, it broke the seal off in a way that we'd never put it back. You're never going to see the numbers come back on just basic theater like you saw at some point. And that's if you're not blaming the distribution methods. And that's just habits.
We were just talking to a gentleman who was talking about the theatrical experience and the communal experience of going to the theater. I sympathize, but as he was saying it, and I don't even think I said it to him, I was thinking that is everything about what I hate in the theater. I don't want to hang out with people. I don't want to feel the room grow hot or the room grow cold because of some scene or some actor that they do or don't like. I don't want to hear them rattling their fucking bullshit candy wrappers. I don't want to hear them munching their fucking chips. I don't want their kids screaming about how they got to go wee. I don't want any of this shit. I want to sit at home. I want to pause it when I have to piss.
I'm right in between you though, man. Like, I've gotten, there is,
I want everyone to have a version of this for themselves, though.
I get it. And look, I think you just need to have a spectrum of things. I think it's nice to have a series of experiences and maybe favor one. You know, like I love, you know, I was, you know, watching Endgame or something in theaters. That was cool. Even before that, watching that first Spider-Man movie in theaters. Was packed on opening night. I mean, squeezed in between two strangers, and we were fucking rooting for things together. It was great. I mean, that was even fun.
95 opening of Batman Forever. Whole theater was packed. I couldn't sit down. I had to stand in the fucking aisle. That was amazing. That was really cool. When Cap picks up the fucking Mjolnir on your left. Yeah. All that shit, like the crowd reaction was like magic.
Yeah.
But most of the time, that's like 99.9% of the time, It's not that when you're in a theater.
It isn't that most of the time. I think that's because of where we're from. I don't think we just I don't think we have enough numbers. I think we don't have enough volume to really get good numbers that way. I think it's just a matter of us living too close. Like our biggest city doesn't have enough people in it, even if it's the biggest city, right? Like we need just more metrics to be able to make a critical mass of people that can get together for cool things and make it that cool. You need stuff that draws $2 billion in the box office to get an experience like Endgame or, the first Spider-Man appearance or something like that. You can be there for truly magical things, but in our neck of the woods, it just doesn't come up as much and we're not going to have as many people there.
Right.
But when it does, it's very cool. I haven't gotten to be there for too many.
Yeah.
Like not for real. Not here.
Very few and far between. All right. Let's
in a way, and I know this sounds dumb, but like in a way, some of those streaming movies, at least I was like, well, I get to see what everybody else does this time. Like there is nothing at all analog about watching it by yourself. And I'm a little bit in between too. I love seeing a movie when I'm the only person in the theater. And it happens a lot because I go to movies at weird times. I mean, I'm happy to go at 11 o'clock showing on a Sunday and just shut down the internet for 48 hours because I can't look Thursday, Friday, Saturday at the whatever it was until I get to the theater. But I am more than happy to go sit literally by myself and just watch a big screen. But I don't know, man. I mean, some of them it'd be great to have to cheer along with people.
I'm telling you, man, they opened it up like where you can go and buy T-shirts, where you can go and buy and they should also do it where they have theaters, a couple of screens dedicated to old movies.
Well, one of our dreams, look, here'd be my pitch to Netflix is, or anybody really, my pitch to theaters before would have been this is, and one of the things I think Netflix has at their disposal now is they have what I'm going to call a vertical monopoly on this. If they have the studio, they have the creatives now as well. You don't have to compete against the theaters. You don't have to spend all the money here. You don't have to badmouth theaters either. You just let it go to theaters. And if you don't want to see it at theaters, that's fine. You can pay $35 to watch it at home instead that day.
Yeah.
No sweat off their back. And by the way, if you go to the theater that morning or that afternoon, let's say you watched it Thursday night, Friday, or whatever. Yeah, maybe you would have gone to a second viewing that weekend. Maybe you would have gone out before. And now instead you're going to watch it at home. Like that is that's a for real, a realizable loss on the sheet. But they're just going to transfer that and they're going to make that a rental. You won't be able to buy the movie at home necessarily. It's just going to be rental only for like that 30-day window, whatever. There's a lot of ways to monetize this, but it's probably still just going to be a 30-day window. And to be realistic, that's where a lot of movies were leaning anyway. 30 days and then you're going to be able to stream it somewhere or find it somewhere, Prime Video it somewhere. Mm-hmm. That was going to be the standard no matter where we go. I don't think there's any reason for them to get rid of that. There's no reason not to make the money in theaters. But if I got my pitch to them, I would still say, look, man, they're doing a lot of something close to this anyway. If you look at your local theater right now, especially in our area, it's going to be 50th anniversaries of movies you've forgotten even existed. It's going to be like the 27th anniversary of the movie Tootsie is going to air this, whatever. But it's a weird mix, but you just air these little showings, I guess that's the term people used in actual theaters when they were being run by people who actually curated things, right? Mm-hmm. But they'll do showings. Great. Well, at some point, I think we're going to eventually at a point where it's going to cost like $200 to rent out a theater and you can show whatever the hell it is that you want. You can, choose the first 5 episodes of Daredevil or whatever the fuck it is. But I think there's going to be a point where you can just rent out the theater and watch whatever it is with your 20 friends and bring your crowd and do that thing. Or, I mean, they're not going to let you subcontract the theater and rent it out for whatever and sell your tickets to fucking Avengers again. But there'll be ways to do this. But look, how cool would it be if you actually could, instead of if there was a way to purchase a movie where you had what's the DRM copy of of a song or something like that? Digital Rights Media?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So if I were able to purchase for like $80, whatever the price point would be, if I were able to purchase an actual copy of Blues Brothers or whatever for $80 and hand it to you, you get a USB stick with a 4K copy that's available in a couple dimensions or a couple of what's the word I want here? Ratios.
I don't even think you don't even have to do that. You would purchase it. It's hooked up to your telephone, just like it is at the fucking Fandango or something. You go to the theater, you scan your code.
They already have the copy.
They have the copy.
Yeah, all right. So it's cloud copied. You just have access rights to it. Yeah. So you would go to like a jukebox in the sky kind of situation, right? But you have access to that. You've got the code. Well, cool. What if in any theater I want to, in any city in the world, if I'm traveling or like that, but like anywhere I want to, I could just be able to let me rent the theater for $200. I already have a copy of this thing. Let me show my people. That kind of model where we're just using that big space that, by the way, it's another problem theaters have. And one of the reasons they close so readily is what the fuck else are you going to use that for? It's a theater.
Yeah.
Like when it's done, it's still a theater. You got to mow it down to get anything else out of it. It doesn't have a high resale value that way.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the ways we're going to be able to use it is to use the space. And I think renting it out to idiots like us so we can go watch Shaun of the Dead again is one of the ways you're going to be able to do that. I just don't know how you're going to be. My thing would be, like I said, DRM copies of things and the jukebox in the sky, like you're saying.
Yeah. I think that's probably part of the future.
Some version of that kind of series is what we might stumble into.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's are you good with that? Are you good with feeling? Are you good with that staying there? Or
I think so.
Do you have anything else?
So. Oh God, it's I could probably go on for hours about that merger.
Probably. I couldn't. I think I said what I had to say.
I have thoughts, but yeah, I'm quite good.
I mean, Sarandos has actually come out and said they're not getting rid of theaters. They're
He did do a very direct pull quote about that in the last few days. Like in the week following the big news, he has done a thing specifically saying we are not getting rid of theater. To paraphrase a little bit, the pull quote was, "We did not buy this to devalue it.
Yeah,
like we're buying it to use it for what it is."
Mm-hmm. And they'll have more. You'll probably get more Netflix. Special events out of this.
Yeah, and like is. Everything about that an empty promise? Yes, absolutely. And they'll break it and it'll unravel and it'll all go the direction that we're afraid of. I think it'll all still do that. I don't think that was going to change either way though.
I don't think there was a way around it.
I think this is the direction we're going in and Netflix is just going to be the one carrying the bullet for a little while.
But it's not Netflix carrying the bullet though. That's the fucking thing about it. It has always been us.
I mean, yeah,
it has always been us. People.
Look, if there were more sales in theaters, none of this would be a fucking conversation. But the box office sales aren't there.
Fucking people on Threads, on Facebook, rah, theaters going away.
On TwitX. Yeah.
And not even that. Not even just that. It's, yeah. Oh, why can't Hollywood have any fresh ideas? They're all out of ideas. No one wants original content. The second they fucking announce an original piece of original content, the same motherfucker who just complained is going to go, who asked for that?
Yeah.
And then they don't go and fucking support it.
I don't know what that is. Yeah.
That sounds like something I don't even know.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's an original idea.
Yeah. At best, you're trying to get a cross-section happy. That's it. Yeah. At best.
Just makes me ill. I'm like, if you want to fucking save theaters, go take your rowdy idiot friends to the fucking theater.
On week 7, by the way. On week 7. I can't stress this part enough. Look, one of the, again, all the complaints are right. We're doomed. I think you're right. I just don't think this is any worse. But the only way we can solve that is by literally going to fucking spend the money over there. They have us by the nuts, man. Like we can't force the theaters to lower the rates like I was bitching about before. That's not going away. Like that's what the strike price is. If they were smart, they would lower it all by whatever colluded price they can agree on so that everything can continue. But because that's where the long-term money is, but they won't probably do that. It's like we're stuck with whatever they're doing there. The theaters can't do much more than they seem to be able to do. You can take a look at some of their books. I wouldn't advise buying their stock. Now, if you really cared about doing anything with it, it's not a good setup. It's not a good market. It just doesn't long-term look great, man.
It doesn't.
But yeah, this isn't going to fix or necessarily hasten it. I think now that they're in charge and they have as much incentive to make money out of that as anything else and no reason to make them compete against each other. There's no reason not to just keep that method of distribution as long as it makes sense for it to be there. So again, instead of the griping, we all need to go on week 1 because everyone still thinks week 1 matters, even though we all should just admit that it's weeks 1 through 3 that are what we should consider the opening week because we're fucking busy, man.
Yeah.
But then again, go on week 6. make a special trip several weeks after, like weeks after that 30-day window that we all kind of think this is shrinking to and that we're all afraid of. Go in week 5, 6, 7. Make sure you go a month later and make sure the legs, so to speak, stay in this movie.
Yeah.
If we really want to keep it around, because that's the only way.
If you want to see like the truth about like a thing, like go and about what we're talking about, go and look up the theatrical history of the movie Scream. I'll believe it did great. It didn't do great initially, but it had fucking legs. Like it had good word of mouth, and as the weeks stretched on, they weren't going down. They were going up. More people kept going, and they wouldn't take it out of the theater. It was just like, no, we're fucking doing this for months. It's like 6 months in this fucking movie. It's
Valentine's Day. I don't care.
Sitting in the theater.
Hey, the money's still here, man. Fuck you.
Yeah, it is fascinating. The entire creation. I'll try to find. There's an episode of Movies with Mikey where he talks about Scream as one of the fucking best things I've ever seen. I'm going to send it to you, Jason. Mm-hmm. I'll put it in the show notes if I can remember. But absolutely, please watch that. It will inform the way you think about the creation of movies as well. Beautiful. But it's also just a fantastic fucking layout on how that movie came to be and how it was. That's the one where he starts out with I think he says something like making a movie is like hitting a target with a dart from space. Movies with Mikey's great anyway, or it was back in. I don't know if he's even still doing it, but anyway, we got a couple more stories here. James Gunn said in a replied to a Deadline post announcing details about the Jimmy Olsen show DC Crime.
Yeah.
And he says, just FYI, there has never been a project titled DC Crime in development, not even as a working title. I don't know where that came from, but it's weird. And no, that doesn't mean all of the rest of the story is false.
Yeah.
That seems pretty odd. It's like, oh, okay, so this is what's happening, but it's not called DC Crime. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, it was never going to be called that.
No. I don't know what this means. An account called Real Anarchy, REEL.
Of course. I've seen that
posts a picture of the actor Tom Brittney, who was a front runner for Superman. And it says, Bruce says merman emoji. Don't know what that means. James Gunn responded, that guy is a fucking great actor, or a great fucking actor. So we know this guy was a front runner for Superman. This is the guy that fucked up Henry Cavill's suit and ripped it because he's too fucking tall.
Aw.
And
I didn't know about that.
Oh, yeah, you did. We talked about it.
I'm sorry. Aw, I didn't remember knowing about that.
Yeah.
He's only 6'2".
Yeah.
Cavill's like 5'11".
Yeah, because they came for him. The internet came for him. The Snyder Bros came for him, and he was like, I feel so bad about it. And we were like, fuck off. He felt bad. He felt bad.
No, Cavill's 6'1". 1 inch broke that suit?
I don't know.
I mean, I know internet heights are dubious at best, but still.
I mean, an inch is an inch,
Yeah. An inch is a mile sometimes, man.
Yeah. But Gunn loves him. And I don't know.
He looks cheery. Look at that smile.
It has started a conversation about whether or not he might be Batman. I don't know.
I don't think I'd mind it. Just looking at him. Maybe. I did just start with he looks cheery. Maybe now that I'm looking at him, he might be a little too much.
This fucking smiley Batman.
Yeah. Now, I do really think Gunn's going to lean into an angry Batman. So
I do.
Don't know if this is the guy from just those weird photos, but that's like 2 photos that I ran across at the top. I don't know what the hell his actual canon is or catalog is. I don't know this guy.
I mean, look at this. I don't know what you're looking at.
He's fucking awesome.
I saw a couple of, smiley pictures, but
oh, one of the other ones is one of the immediate finds is Tom Brittney as Bruce Wayne, and yeah, sure enough, he looks fine there.
I mean, he's got the smolder.
Yeah, he could do some smolder. Yeah,
I'm sending you the thing. I'm sending you one.
Yeah, and that that can be a Playboy smile too. That's what that can be.
Yeah. This is literally the one that here's one that Gunn actually commented that on. He's got a bit of He's got a bit of a smolder to him.
A bit of a smolder. I think he'd get away with it, but he does not look like he's been punched enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I would love to punch him.
Yeah.
Not because I dislike the guy. It's just,
just for being too damn good looking.
How the fuck dare you, sir?
He does not look quite scrappy enough in my head, I think.
Yeah.
I think I would cast a little scrappier.
Yeah.
If I were getting the dream in that direction.
I've got a version of Batman in my head that I would love to do one day, and I'm so scared that Gunn is going to do something really close to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so scared. I'm
so scared I can't lose the weight in time.
It's like, No, I've just got this idea that I'm like, man, I would love to see that version. I'd love to make that version.
Can I be your stunt double? I'd love to see the heights change.
I don't want to do a movie. I want to do a comic or something. But
it'll be a comedy if we do it. I promise you.
I said comic.
Oh, yeah.
A comic book.
Comic relief. Yeah.
No, fuck.
I know. I just want to see
word bubbles.
I just want to see your stunt double go to like half the height when I hop in there.
There's no stunt double.
I know. It will be one day. All right, go ahead.
No, there won't be. We have played Batman and Robin before. We've been on film,
which is fun, and I do look
again.
half your height in a Robin outfit.
You do. That exists though on the internet.
I
find it.
As far as that casting goes, weird.
It's terrible.
And I'm in the proper like Robin colors instead of like Nightwing would have stood a little higher next to you.
Yeah.
It ain't like that. I'm like the 15-year-old version.
Yeah. The version of what I'm talking about is not, our version where Batman had been brain damaged from years of fighting.
and speculatively was not super bright before it started.
Maybe not. Anyway. That's all I've got.
Ours is a hungry version.
He was, yeah.
He's a hungry boy.
I hope one day I'll be able to edit that one video that we did.
Yeah.
Because there's one that we made and we've never been able to release it.
Mm-mm.
It was madness.
Yeah. Although, they changed the editing style on YouTube all the time, so people get used to different editing styles. Who knows what we could get away with these days? Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe one day we'll find out before I'm dead.
Yeah. I don't know. That's going to be a lonely day where we get cornered enough to finish that project. I
don't know. I might do it on a lark one day.
Yeah, it's possible.
You'll just get a link. Just get a link to a terrible, terrible thing.
Yeah. I think if it does happen, it'll just be that for whatever reason it got brought up and you just brought up the footage just to look at it, and then you're in the shower and you go, wait a second, I have an in. And then I get a message from you like 6 hours later. It's like, so check out this cut real quick.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. Throw it out,
dude. I've got like at least three or four videos that I would love to finish. And put up, and I have it. I have the footage for it. I just never did it.
We did dumbly film some things.
I am dangerously close, or we are both dangerously close to having podcasted for the better part of 12 hours.
Oh yeah, we truly are.
I
think we started before 12 today.
Yeah, well, we started about 11.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah. So I am going to call it, and I love you, and it's been a journey. That just sounds like a toilet flushing.
It does
over
a little
here.
bit, right? Let me see.
Yeah.
Is that a little bit? Is that a running brook? Could be applause. I don't know. This is the only one that really makes sense. It's the only one around it.
All right. Thank you guys for listening to this very long episode of DC on Screen. I'm sorry that we've taken so long to do another one, and
we spent half a day apologizing.
Yeah, we did.
It'll be another half day editing it down to the apology I can actually send you.
Anyway, love you guys, and until next time, keep some DC on your screen.